Episode 2, The Path of Destiny and the Fire of Will. In the previous episode, we explored cosmic consciousness, a state of unity where one awakens to the realization that they are not separate from the universe, but are, in truth, the universe becoming conscious of itself. But once this insight begins to take root, a deeper question inevitably arises. Do I have a destiny, or is everything I experience simply the result of my choices? This is one of the most ancient and profound questions in spiritual and philosophical thought. The answer, as with most eternal questions, is not either or. It is both. And it is in the tension between fate and free will, between what is given and what is chosen, that the true journey of the chosen ones begins. The myth of destiny, a thread through cultures. Across all spiritual traditions, there exists the notion that each soul comes into life with a purpose, a reason for being here. In Vedic philosophy, this is called dharma, the soul's inherent path, its natural duty. In ancient Greek thought, destiny was described as a thread spun by the fates, something pre-written in the tapestry of the cosmos. But in both cases, destiny is not control. It is not a fixed future written in stone. It is more like a potential, a current beneath the surface of life that, if we learn to feel it, can guide us toward our highest possibility. In modern spiritual circles, this idea often appears as the concept of a soul plan or life blueprint, that before birth, we, as souls, chose the major themes, lessons, and challenges of this lifetime. Not in detail, but in intention. And once born, we forget. The veil drops. The game begins. What remains is the subtle pull, the feeling that there's something we are meant to do, to become, to remember. Free will, the sacred flame. If destiny is the current, free will is the oar. It is our ability to respond, to choose, to direct attention and action. Free will is not about controlling life's circumstances. Many of those are shaped by karma, collective forces, and chance, but about how we meet those circumstances. Spiritual teacher Chaitanya Charan explains it simply. Destiny determines the events that come our way. Free will determines how we respond. You might be born into a storm, but it is your choice whether you build a shelter, sail, or surrender. And it is in this choice, this sacred fire of will, that we become co-creators of our destiny, the chosen ones, not picked, but activated. This brings us to the heart of the matter. What does it mean to be one of the chosen ones? In truth, no one chooses you, not a god, not the stars, not fate. You choose yourself by choosing to remember who you are and by choosing to align your will with your higher purpose. This is the paradox of the chosen one. You are not chosen because you are special. You become special because you choose, and that choice is made in silence, in meditation, in the moments where you could turn away from your inner calling, but don't. Philosophy and freedom, the great debate. Philosophers have debated for centuries whether free will is real. Determinists argue that all our thoughts, actions, and desires are simply the result of causes outside our control, genetics, environment, upbringing. On the other hand, Existentialists like Sartre insisted that we are radically free, condemned even, to choose who we are. From a spiritual perspective, both views contain truth. Yes, much of what we are on the surface, personality, habits, language, is shaped by forces we did not choose. But beneath all that, there is something deeper, awareness. And awareness is free. It observes, chooses, and transcends the patterns. Through meditation, this awareness becomes more visible. You begin to see your own reactions not as you, but as phenomena. You realize that between stimulus and response, there is a space, and in that space lies your freedom. That freedom is the seed of your destiny. Synchronicity and the signs of destiny. As you begin to walk a path aligned with your higher nature, something strange happens. The world starts to speak to you. You see signs, repeating numbers, meaningful coincidences, dreams that seem more than dreams. This is known as synchronicity, a term coined by Carl Jung to describe a causal, meaningful coincidences. Are these signs destiny calling? Perhaps. Or perhaps they are mirrors reflecting back your own deep knowing. In any case, they are part of the mystery. And the more conscious you become, the more such signs seem to appear. Not because the world has changed, but because you have. You are now attuned to the language of the soul. Meditation, choosing destiny through stillness. Here again, meditation is key. Why? Because it is in stillness that we become capable of hearing the whisper of destiny. The world screams, the ego chatters, but the soul speaks in silence. Through consistent high meditation, deep, focused, and loving awareness, you begin to sense the difference between your conditioned impulses and your soul's true calling. You become more aligned with your purpose, not as a belief, but as a felt compass in your chest. Meditation teaches you to trust your inner voice, recognize when you're off your path, act from clarity, not fear. Discern between egoic desire and soulful drive. It is not about escaping life, it is about entering life more fully, more consciously. Practical tools for aligning with your path. Here are some practices you can use to align free will with your soul's deeper destiny. Journaling. Write freely. Ask, what am I being called to do? Don't filter. Let your higher self speak. Meditation. Practice sitting with the question, what is my true path? Watch what arises. Often it is not an answer, but a feeling. Observe resistance. Where do you feel fear, heaviness, avoidance? These often point to the very thing you're meant to face. Follow joy, not pleasure, but deep joy. The kind that feels like breathing after drowning. Trust timing. Destiny unfolds when you are ready. Don't rush, but don't sleep either. Stay present. Final reflection. Will is the key. To close this episode, consider this truth. Your destiny is not a place. It is a state of being. It is the fire you carry, the light you walk with, the love you live by. It does not require fame, titles, or external success. What it requires is one thing: a conscious choice to awaken. You are not passive. You are not broken. You are not waiting for life to happen. You are the one who must rise, decide, and say, I am ready. I choose to remember. I choose to become who I already am. This is the moment the chosen ones are born. And you, if you choose it, are one of them.